I don't know if y'all heard that, but Izzy just cussed. The reason that I was trying to rationalize is because I wanted the stew. I witnessed a Karening. And it's so good. By the way, let me just say that we know the color of the Karen and we know the color of the receptionist. And I want to eat it. On day 2, I'm about 31 hours fasted, and I'm doing good. Last night was really tough. My husband made one of my favorite meals. Of course, it's his Nigerian food. And I got really close to eating, especially when I went in and took some out to put in the freezer for me to eat later when I'm not fasting. So yeah, it took everything in my power not to lick the spoon and not to have a bite of the meat from it and everything. So, but I made it through. And I knew if I made it through last night, then I would be fine once I wake up in the morning. So, and I was right, I'm fine today. I can still smell the food because it's, you know, Nigerian food is heavily spiced and everything. It smells amazing, and it's still smelling up the whole house even this morning. So yeah, but I'm coping with it a lot better today. As an update to our to my previous videos, me and my family are getting tested for COVID-19 today. We were directly exposed, and we're gonna see what our status is. So that's gonna make me feel a little bit better if we get negative results. But honestly, I think if we did have the virus, all of us are in that sweet spot to where we'd probably have mild to no symptoms. So I really feel confident in that, but we don't want to be spreading the virus around or anything. So we need to know. I don't know if y'all heard that, but Izzy just cussed. She's taken to saying the S word. But anyway, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling a lot better. I was in an emotionally horrible state the day that I broke my fast. But eating and fueling my body, you know, I didn't fuel it very well, but fueling my body gave me, I guess, the strength to cope better. So I am coping better. And yeah, we're gonna get the kids are eating breakfast now, and I'm gonna get them dressed and we'll be on the way. Oh my gosh, she said it again. Izzy, this is my video, okay? Only I get to cuss in my videos. Put some respect. Here comes Ricky to crash my video. He got a haircut yesterday from my husband. Speaking of Ricky, his birthday is next Friday. Yay! So, very excited about that. We're going to have a very small in-the-house, just us party. Depending on our COVID status, my parents might come over too, but we're not having a big party. It's going to be Spider-Man themed. He loves Spider-Man. So we're going to have a Spider-Man theme. I got him a Spider-Man costume and a separate Spider-Man mask and some Spider-Man shirts, because y'all, it is so much easier to get him dressed if I'm putting him in a Spider-Man shirt, because goodness gracious, he does not like to get dressed. I'm gonna get my kids ready. I fed everybody. I even fed my husband this morning, and I did not eat. So yeah, I think having to feed my kids at least once or twice a day is, they don't just eat once or twice a day. I feed them once or twice a day, and then my husband feeds them once or twice a day, depending. So I think having to feed my kids has really built up my, Ricky, why are you such a video crasher? I think having to do that has really strengthened my discipline and my willpower, even though it's really hard. So yeah. Y'all don't worry about his puffy eyes. That runs on my dad's side of the family. That's genetic. So it's not, you know, allergies or you know, a bruise or anything. But yeah, I need to get everybody ready before we're late. Oh, Ricky, are you okay? Okay, so good news. Me and Simon are, oh my gosh, we're in the car. Sorry if it's a little wiggly. Me and Simon are COVID negative. We won't know the kids' results for another 3 to 7 days because they didn't take the rapid test. We took the rapid test, they didn't, because the place that does the rapid test doesn't test kids. So that's good to know. Still, none of us have symptoms, so you know, I'm starting to calm down and not be very worried about us. But one thing happened. You see, they gave them balloons at the urgent care that we went to. But something interesting happened at the first urgent care that we went to. I witnessed a Karening. A lady came into the urgent care, and she's trying to check in and everything, and she's like, okay, but I don't have an ID. And she's like, well, I'm sorry, we're gonna need your ID to treat you. And she's like, well, I have a passport. She's like, okay, yeah, we can take a passport. And she's like, but I don't have it with me. I'm like, why did you even mention the passport if you don't have it with you? So then she's like, I've been here before and they've never asked me for an ID. I was always seen without an ID. And she's like, first of all, no, you haven't. Well, she didn't talk to her like that. She was just like, well, ma'am, it is our procedures to get your ID every single time. So, you know, that's our procedure. So if you came here before, we would have done that same procedure. And she's like, okay, now you're just trying to argue with me, and you're being unreasonable, and this and that and the other thing. Trying to accuse the lady, who is being very nice, of just being mean and trying to argue with her and being belligerent when she's the one who's being belligerent. So the lady reiterates, yeah, this is our procedure. We have to have your ID. That's our procedure. And I said to the lady, ma'am, you have to give your ID. You have to have your ID at every single medical facility that exists in this country. Every single one, they ask for your ID. Even when I bring my kids to the pediatrician, I give them my ID, and I'm not even the patient. You have to have your ID. And she tells me it's none of my business, which is not, but I take up for people who can't take up for themselves. Especially now, my personality is changing. I used to be a lot more reserved and everything, but I'm coming into myself, so I'm more confident, and I got that fire in me. So I wasn't arguing with the lady. I just said, lady, you know you got to have your ID. And I didn't say that. I said what I told you earlier. But she knows you got to have your ID. So she's like, well, I need to see your manager. And the lady's like, okay. And she just waved over the manager. And the Karen. By the way, let me just say that we know the color of the Karen, and we know the color of the receptionist. So the Karen went back and to talk to the manager, and I told the receptionist, like, she must want to just go viral like the other Karens of the world, because that was ridiculous. And so we had a good laugh about it and everything, and I'm glad the lady was in good spirits and everything. That was also my goal, to make sure that somebody that I took up for her, the receptionist, and that she left the situation laughing, not crying, because it can get really frustrating. So we had a good laugh about it, and then we had a laugh about it again while we were leaving. So yeah, that was ridiculous. What these women this color, what they want to do is assert their authority over anyone black. They just want to let us know that they have some authority and that we ought to do what they tell us to do because they're Karen. And that's some bullshit, and I will call it some bullshit every time I see it. We're at a time of transition in this country, and they know that they are losing power, and they are going to start losing privilege soon. They haven't lost any yet, don't get it twisted, but they're going to start losing it soon. So they're, you know, when you catch a fish, I said the same thing about spanking. When you catch a fish, it flails around for a while because it knows it's about to die, so it panics, and then it goes limp because it's dead. Same thing with spanking in our society, and it's the same thing with what people of color are doing right now. They're flailing around because they feel that things are about to start changing and they're not going to have the same privilege that they did before. And they're not going to be able to just do shit like that to people of color and black people specifically and just get away with it and just have nobody say anything to them and just be accommodated. Get the fuck out. So yeah, I witnessed a Karening, and that's how, and she wasn't there when we left, so I don't think they accommodated her. I don't think they made an exception for her, because you know why? They have to know who they're treating. You can't just be seen and they don't know who you are. There are people who jump from emergency room to emergency room, urgent care to urgent care, doctor to doctor in order to get pain medication because they're addicted, to get drugs. They have to know who you are so they can make sure you're not one of those people. You're not on that list of people who can't get pain medicine anymore. So just give them your ID. Everyone knows you have to give them an ID. So yeah, that was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The Karens are really the Karens and the Karens' husbands. What are we going to call them? The Jacks? I don't know. They are really on one right now because they can feel things are going to change. And they don't care if this country is good for anybody but them. So, well, not that they don't care. They want this country to only be good for them. So, tough Tootsie Rolls. Things are changing. So, yeah. COVID negative. Waiting on the kids' results. Going to take about maybe 3 to 7 days. I'm still doing good on my fast. I don't know how fasted I am now. Maybe like 35 hours. I don't know. And I witnessed a Karening. That's how my day's going so far. How's yours going? I'll check in with you guys later. Hey guys. Okay, so I'm about to fix the kids' dinner. It's about to be 6 o'clock. I am, let me check, 42 hours fasted. And I had some struggles around noon, 1 o'clock, 1:30, around that time. I had a time where I really was like starting to do the mental gymnastics where you start to justify ending your fast early. Not that I think I did that when I ended that last fast early. I think that was the smart idea. But this time it's just because my husband made one of my favorite meals in the world, and I keep having to smell it because he makes giant meals that they can eat off of for a while, especially when I'm not eating. Those meals last a while. So he ate it for dinner last night and I had a hard time. And then he ate it for lunch today. Oh, excuse this regular, there it is, this regular syrup right there. Me and the kids don't eat that. We eat maple syrup. That's my husband's low classness going on that he brought into our house. But anyway, they were eating it again for lunch, and I was even making Ricky seconds. Like, I still have to feed my kids. I can't expect my husband to feed the kids 3 times a day. I just started to rationalize, like, maybe I can just do 48 hours and then eat 1 meal and then do another 48 hours, and I can just keep that pattern going. But you know, and that is more practical, don't get me wrong, but I never planned on doing 7-day fast, 1 meal, 7-day fast forever. That's just what I'm doing right now to kickstart my weight loss. And then I'll probably go into more of a 2-day thing or some type of intermittent fasting regimen, maybe 1 meal a day. But I started to rationalize so that, you know, me eating it's stew that he made, Nigerian style beef stew, and he had, I think, chicken and goat in it as well, and it's so good. And the reason that I was trying to rationalize is because I wanted the stew, because I keep having to handle the stew to feed my kids, and I handled it last night to put some in the freezer for me, and I want to eat it. So I was trying to give myself a way to eat it, but so I had to realize that it's the food addiction that's making me want to break early, not actual practicality and sustainability, because it's a long fast. Long fasts aren't supposed to be sustainable. You do them every so often between your intermittent fasting regimen. So I talked to one of my friends who also fasts, and she helped me talk through that so that I came to the conclusion that yes, this isn't about practicality. It's just because I want the stew. So that being said, it's several hours later and I'm feeling good. I would still really like to eat, and I'm about to fix the kids' dinner. So, yeah, it's been a pretty decent day, and I'm feeling good. So y'all know, I was kidding. I wasn't really calling my husband low class, okay? That was a joke. But I do think, like, regular, not maple syrup is not regular, because maple syrup is regular. This is artificial stuff. I think that's low class. Not that if you use it, I think you're low class. Okay, I'm just joking. I'm joking. I'm a little bougie when it comes to food, okay? I wasn't trying to offend anybody. Sorry, y'all, the scale is kind of dirty. I need to clean it. $244.4. Hey guys, I'm just signing off. Today was a really good day. I'll reach 48 hours fasted in about an hour or less. And when I wake up in the morning, we'll be several hours into day 3. I'll see y'all then. Let me know how your weight loss journey is going in the comments. Let me know if you're fasting and what day you're on and everything, or if you're intermittent fasting or whatever. Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and comment. How to eat an elephant, one bite at a time. Bye-bye.